Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 1. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Today was almost me at complete and utter breaking point. Not just because the way that Chelsea threw the game away, couldn't convert our chances, one shot on target basically for the entire 90 minutes is abysmal. But I tell you what, today has actually been one of the craziest days of my life. As you guys know, my house has been falling down, but the cleaner came today and decided to rob us. And it wasn't the normal cleaner, but I managed to identify exactly where the cleaner was. My girlfriend and I tracked the burglar down. He stole iPhones, he stole AirPods, he stole expensive clothing, he stole sunglasses, he stole glasses. And I flipping tracked the bugger down, didn't I? Found out where he lived, got the stuff back and sent him to jail. If you want to watch the video, because I filmed the whole thing, please subscribe to my channel that I have with my girlfriend, a vlog channel. We're releasing the video tomorrow. It's been the most insane day. And Chelsea, I genuinely felt as though, having watched the first half performance, I'm like, we're 1-0 up, we're playing some good football, we're in control of the game. I thought that Chelsea were going to end today for me as a great day. It's been a disaster since I've been back here for the first week of this year to get burgled today. And then I was like, come on, Chelsea, please give Benson a little ounce of positivity, a little ounce of happiness. And to be fair, towards the end of that match, I feel as though once again, we're kind of lucky to even come away with a point. I don't know what has happened to the intensity of the way that Chelsea play football, the way that we attack, the looseness of our passing in that second half was just not good enough. To get 2 points from 4 matches against Everton, Fulham, Ipswich and Crystal Palace is really bad. There's no sugarcoating it. We've had a good season. We're still in the Premier League top 4, but the harsh reality is we're on a dreadful run right now, and these were matches that we should be winning. If you win all of these matches, then when you're talking about title races, which is complete nonsense now, a couple of weeks ago, if we'd have won all of these games, then you look more foolish for keep putting the title chat off. But now, anyone who was like, we're really in a race is looking a bit silly now, aren't they? Myself included. But the fact of the matter is, Chelsea have dropped points again today. We were so in control during that first half. We see the lineup. Sanchez is back in goal and he made some good saves, but again his distribution was like all-time bad today, to be fair, as it quite often is. Gusto right back coming back into the side. Josh Acheampong given a start in the right centre-back position. I think he's done pretty well. I think he's had a good game alongside Levi Colwill, who also played quite well. Mark Cucurella as the left back. Then we've got Caicedo, exactly where I said he'd be playing in the preview. I said he'd kind of be that lone pivot with Neto, Palmer, Enzo, Sancho and Jackson, like we said in the GBFC match preview. What we saw in that first half, Chelsea were getting Cole Palmer into a lot of spaces. He obviously scores the first goal that was brilliantly worked. Jadon Sancho, the only Chelsea goal of the game, should I say. Jadon Sancho, brilliant dummy, gets forward, gets the assist again. What we quite often saw was Cucurella, Enzo Fernandez supporting the movement of Jadon Sancho. We know that Sancho operates at his best when he's got the out ball, when he's got players close to him to link up with, connect with. We saw that for the first Chelsea goal. 6th assist for Jadon Sancho. Cole Palmer opens the scoring for his 2025. How many is he going to get this year? Let me know in the comments down below. All in all, Chelsea's first half display was pretty good. We were in control of the game, but we had big chances. Palmer could have had another one. Jackson should have scored as well. We should be 2, maybe 3 goals up at half-time. That is where the problems begin in the second half for Chelsea. And to be quite honest, that second half, again, we're just kind of waiting for the Palace goal, aren't we? I'm looking at it, I'm watching thinking, well, we're not really offering anything going forward. When we've got the ball, the passing is loose. We're not finding our man. I think there's a brilliant save from Robert Sanchez, as much as, again, distribution was just bad, but he makes a brilliant save in the 55th minute to deny Crystal Palace defender Richards with a header. 70 minutes into the game, Chelsea is still 1-0 up. There's a brilliant interception from Josh Acheampong. Same again from Levi Colwill, 73rd minute of the game. And then the final 10 minutes, I'm like, this is Fulham reincarnated once again. And it's Cole Palmer. I've got to admit, it's Palmer that gives the ball away. And it's just too nonchalant. You know, Chelsea, considering we're 1-0 up, why are we playing with, like, this ease? There's no real intensity to get the ball forward again to score. Palmer's dispossessed. And then the chance is taken. Crystal Palace get the equaliser. And then I'm like, well, all right, are we going to respond to this? We do. Enzo Fernandez, who gets a shot away. I think it just goes wide. And then we've also, like, Enzo could have easily been sent off for a second yellow. It's not given. I think it is the right call. I think it's marginal. Goes in kind of a bit late on the Palace defender. And it's like, overall, I think Crystal Palace in that second half, we just wanted it more. So if we move into the boxes here on GBFC, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Please do hit the like button on this video if you haven't already done so. I've literally just had the week from hell. I'm not going to lie to you lot. And I know that you want your content, you wanted your stream today, but I was busy busting people that were burgling me, all right? I've had a lot on my plate. I've had a lot to do, but we begin. Box number 1 is a green for Josh Acheampong, who debuts today, basically, as a right centre-back. And from what we've seen from Disasi, Badiashile, Tosin, I think Acheampong did more than enough for me to sit here and say to you lot that I'd be going with him again. I'd be starting Acheampong again in the next Premier League game. It's Bournemouth next in the Prem, which Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge, they've beaten us there before. We've had tricky matches. But what I like about Acheampong is there isn't any kind of big risk that's being taken, but the composure on the ball to step out with it is brilliant. That's what we saw from Fofana earlier this season. He was confident to carry the ball, take it forward, can pass with his left foot as well as his right. And I think he had a decent game. Box number 2 is a yellow for Cole Palmer. Again, he scores. Good goal. Chelsea go 1-0 up. He's looking. He's in those pockets of space. He's making a brilliant pass in the first half to find Nicholas Jackson, who absolutely needs to do better. But as much as we love Cole Palmer, as much as he's the name on all of the Chelsea fans in the away end's lips, we're singing his name over and over again, deservedly so, we've got to talk about what we've seen in this match. And Cole Palmer is at fault massively for the goal that we've conceded, which has made us drop 2 points once again. So we've got to be honest. We've got to be brutal. I've given him a yellow. Box number 3. I thought one of our best players today was Enzo Fernandez. He likes this fixture. He scored at Selhurst Park last season. I just love the ease in which he was playing long balls. He was successful with a load of those. Yes, he could have been sent off, which would have obviously made this go from being a green to probably a yellow or a red. But I think Enzo Fernandez was good. He was getting into those advanced areas, linking up with Cucurella on that left side in that first half with Jadon Sancho. But box number 4, I'm giving a red here to Enzo Maresca today. Because I think after about 65, 70 minutes, you can see that the control of the game that we had in that first half was gone. Crystal Palace were growing in confidence. They were growing into the game. The substitutions that they were making were to try and get themselves control, which lo and behold they did. They get the equaliser from a Palmer mistake. They convert well. It's a good attack from Palace to score their goal. But I think Maresca here, he's got to be willing to do what we saw earlier this season, which is change the game a bit earlier. I'm not saying at half-time make changes and do it then, because we're in control. Chelsea are 1-0 up at half-time, should be 2 or 3. And we know that Maresca isn't always looking at the results and what the result is. He's looking at the way that we're playing. So I'm not saying make changes at half-time, but when you can see the first 25, 30 minutes of that second half are just getting flatter and flatter and flatter, Nicholas Jackson is like, he's running around a lot, but like he's not controlling the ball. He's not doing much. So I think we've just got to be changing things a bit more. I think at the moment we're seeing a lot of forced changes due to injuries and whatnot, but This run isn't good. And I'm not saying it's all on Maresca, but what we saw earlier this season is he's a manager that is willing to adapt, willing to change things early. And we're just being caught out time and time again. I said it in my preview. I didn't think we were going to win this game. Lo and behold, we don't. Box number 5 is another red. And it's a red for intensity. Not been many times this season that I will sit here and say to you guys that Chelsea lacked intensity. I know there's been few and far between videos and match reviews recently, but the intensity has died. What has happened to this team? What has happened to our ability to keep control of the ball, to make those final third passes, to be decisive and incisive in the final third? It seems to me like it's gone. Box number 6, I'm giving a yellow for Nicholas Jackson, who again today could have scored more. I think he's fluffing at his chances right now. He's snapping. He gets substituted. Mark Guiu comes on for Chelsea. Like, I genuinely feel as though at the moment we're seeing potentially substitutions and performances that are suggesting that Chelsea do need to dip in the market again. Do we need more of a target man? If we're going to keep putting crosses in the box when you've got Mark Guehi on the opposite side heading the ball away, like, what are we playing for? What are we actually playing to right now? We were earlier this season playing to our strengths. The last 4 games, we're being caught out time and time again. Look, I'm still a little bit agitated today. It's been a tough one. Not a good result. Again, it's a point. It's not a loss. So I'm annoyed about it because I flipping wanted to win this today after the flipping day that I've had. But yeah, please do subscribe to my vlog channel. Link at the top of the description. I filmed the whole thing, knocking on his door, going in there, exposing the little bastard. So if you want to watch that tomorrow, it's going to be a mega video on that channel. Subscribe to GBFC. We're going to talk about this game more over the coming days. Come on, you Blues.